Backcountry.
Just a little hill.
Made a push in, I don't know how many miles up this hill. Doesn't look like much, but it was a doozy. Now we're just glassing this country here, trying to spot the first bear of the trip, but still very early in the trip, and need to get some fuel in right now and then see what happens from here. But like what we're seeing last week, it was hot and sunny, and now it's getting a little cooler, so hopefully that green grass is growing, giving that some of that feed for the animals. So see what happens. For lunch, oof, everything but the mold. It got a little moldy, but we're still gonna send it.
You got rid of all your moldy ones.
No, I got rid of like 70%.
I've been looking forward to this moment all day. Getting on top of this hill and finally eating. I can't recall the last time I ate anything. And people are like, oh, your Fritos are going to get all crunched. They're going to be powder. Look at that. I just pulled those out of my vacuum seal bag. You saw me cut it. They're not powder. Sure, this doesn't look appetizing. But you know I'm going to say it. Food is fuel, not fun. So we just all the little behinds all the way up this big ridge, looped, I don't know, half mile behind camp here, pitched the shelter earlier, and we need to get glass in, so we got up here and we're looking over some absolutely epic bear country right now. So if there's not a bear in here, I'll be really surprised, but we have a lot of snow to melt water, which is really good, and it just looks epic. So Omar over there lost a tripod leg earlier in our little adventure, so that's going to be fun for him. But yeah, we're up here, pristine glassing hours, so we're going to go dig a bear up. I don't know about Omar, but I took an epic, 45-minute nap.
That's right. I wasn't gonna say anything about his nap, but homie's been napping.
I've been absolutely exhausted.
We did drive all night.
Drove all night in the rainstorm, which takes a lot extra out of you. Got 3 hours of sleep this morning at 3 a.m. till probably 3:15 to 6:30. Woke up with the rainstorm and I was sleeping outside the truck. Night before I got probably 4.5 hours of sleep trying to get caught up on work stuff. And then we've been grinding all day, so.
Checked my phone earlier today. So we're at 12 miles, so definitely pounding some mountain miles. And it's just, we had a steep climb to where we're at right now. So definitely excited to finish off the day. Maybe we find a bear, maybe not, but I know one thing. We got teepee set up, and it's gonna be a good night of sleep. We're gonna get some good rest and hit it hard tomorrow morning.
And we have a lot of snow.
And we got a lot of snow, so we're kind of bummed out because thinking we're gonna have to climb up and drop down and get water, but we made a pretty good game plan to put our camp right by a snow pile, and we're gonna melt snow, so we don't gotta drop down, so that's always a plus. Movie night in the tent. Austin Powers Gold member now playing.
So we have the most expensive TV stand in history in our tent. Pretty slick.
Netflix.
In the mountains.
Yeah.
It's roughing it.
Simple things in life. Cup of Joe in the morning. What's the game plan, Brady?
Game plan is drink coffee, find bears.
Drink coffee, find bears. I could do that.
Alright, updated plan. So, been glassing here in the morning. Omar did a lot of glassing in the morning. Slept a little bit. But now we're gonna pack up. We're gonna avoid this area. We saw a little ridge system on maps, so we're gonna go check out rather than bounce out of here and go to this other stuff that looks really good. Might as well check out this area behind us. So we're probably gonna camp one more night here. We're gonna go up there and spend the rest of the afternoon just trying to pick apart some new terrain where we think the bears might be at, and just cross off areas on the map, and then make a game plan to hopefully kill a bear this afternoon, evening. So got a steep hike ahead of us, like always. This country just eats you up. So when you say you want to go on a ridge system, it means getting vertical and stretching them legs out. So we're gonna go make our way to the top. Here we got another one of Satan's little helpers. Alright, here's a little tech tip. Bottle was half full of water, put a bunch of snow in there, shook it around, and now we make a little Mountain Ops Ignite slushy. Just like I remember it when I was a kid.
Did you get a brain freeze?
Just about. Well, a little update here. We hiked probably way too far out in this little ridge overlooking a bunch of terrain. Unfortunately, a lot of it's going to be the terrain where if we see a bear that's big enough to go kill, we're going to kill ourselves to go kill it, but that's bear hunting. And Omar over here is cold.
Always cold.
So he's putting his LJs on. Hopefully we'll find some bears. Good looking country. I mean, well, how many deer did you see? Two. Omar found 2 mule deer. So there's life. And we're in a good spot. Just crossing off places that bears might be and might not be. Although I do know that where we're going tomorrow.
They're there. They called you and told you that they were there?
Yeah, the bears called me and told me where they're at. So tomorrow we're going to go knock on their bedrooms, but today we're going to glass here while we have a chance before we hike off this mountain. Lose about 1,500 feet. And
I think it's more.
I bet it's probably more, yeah.
Yeah.
We're stupid far up here, and we got to go all the way back down to the bottom and loop back around another canyon, so that'll be fun, but today first, find bears.
You gotta send them to hell.
Everyone every year keeps asking, oh, why don't you spray your clothes with permethrin? Well, I spray my clothes and I still have ticks. Doesn't matter. You walk by brush, ticks are going to fall on you. It's inevitable. So even if you spray your clothes, sure, they might not crawl up you, but they will fall on you at some point, or be on your backpack or on something of gear, and you'll have ticks. It's just part of the game. So over glassing up on top, I looked down once and thought I saw a bear. Big black. I thought I saw it muzzle moving around. Tried relocating, couldn't relocate. It's like, shoot, I was 95% sure it was a bear. So we went all over this other ridge. Couldn't quite see because all these trees. Came back over here. And now looking down at this angle, there's a bear laying next to a big dead tree, just licking his paws, leaning on his back. So we got our first bear of the trip, and we're just gonna put the spot on him right now. Try to judge how big that bear is before we try to make our way down there, see if it's a bear to kill. If it is, I should get down there really quickly and shoot this bear. So. Oh, we're 740 yards away from the bear right now. It's kind of hard to tell how big he is. The way he's laying, it looks like a long body, and his head's like literally leaning against the tree, kicked back, relaxing. So I think we might just drop down and get a little bit closer, and that way we can set up, and that way when the bear stands we can finally judge it. But the only bad part about that is we're going to lose a ton of elevation, and we got to climb all the way back out of here. So it's one of those risky situations where you got to go in there because we have to judge it and we can't shoot from here. But if we wait for him to stand up, it could be too late in the afternoon, then we won't be able to make a play on it. So right now it's probably our best bet while the bear's sleeping to cruise down in there. Well, a little update here. So we were getting ready to dive off and move down closer to that bear, and the bear finally got up and laid across the log and started tearing apart the log. And so I dropped the pack, got the spotter back out, and determined that that's like a medium bear. Not quite what we're looking for. Young bear, really those lanky legs and humpback, kind of just the way he's walking is just really short. So short and compact. So we're not gonna roll down in there. We're just gonna probably sit right here in glass and find some more bears. So cool to see the first bear though.
Found this old shed. Looks like some kind of dog was chewing on it. Maybe a wolf or a coyote. Well, that'll get the heart pumping. Brady glassed up the second bear of the trip so far. Passed up on it.
Huh?
Asked if I want to shoot. I said, yep.
Okay. Hi. Whenever you're on them.
Got 2 shots on it. Kind of shitty. At least, I didn't hurt the bear. Nothing. We know it's good. We saw it run away. Yeah, first shot at a bear. No cigar, but the bear as well, and we didn't hurt it. So we'll pack off the mountain happy knowing that.
Alright, so Omar's bear was about right in there. 570 yards. Bear came over here to about somewhere in there. Got another shot on it, about the same distance. And cool country. 2 bears tonight.
Day 3, full day 2 now. Gonna pack up camp, move on to a new spot. There's a spot that's kind of close-ish that we want to check out. So I think we're gonna go set up there in glass at least this morning and maybe into the evening, and then find a good spot to make camp.
I've been looking at the spot over here for quite a few days now, and looks like it's just a bear mecca, so should be pretty good. So 2 bears last night, and Omar got a shot off on one of them. First one was a small bear, and then a couple hours later, a bigger bear popped out, and yeah, we're just going to keep him under 500 for Omar. So we're going to brush it off, and we're going to keep pushing up new country. Got off the mountain, started hiking, and looked at my inReach earlier, got a weather update, and it said 100% chance of rain from about like 9:30 until 2, and it's raining. Bears pretty much won't be moving in this downpour, so we're just gonna keep waiting it out and head up a little bit. How was that?
Hike being fun. I kind of freaked out, but you gotta just calm yourself down. Like, I'm shaking right now.
Brady's just mapping this river crossing on GOHUNT maps, so we know where to cross next time. But it took us about an hour and a half to figure out a river crossing. The second one, finally got a spot. Tried like 5 different ones.
Hopefully don't have to make this crossing again, unless it's with a bear.
Not sure, I'm like a Lamborghini back here. Fun stuff.
I don't know about that. over duty while I set the stove up in the shelter. Got a little bit of a yard sale still. Finger soaked. I'll dry that off in a little bit.
Letting the boots dry out a little bit. Gonna do some evening glassing, so it probably won't be dry today, but at least get them a little dry. Socks are hanging. Brady's got some stuff hanging right now. This Peaks 4P TP is pretty sweet. He still hasn't killed me, but we'll see what else is in store.
I still have plenty of days to kill Omar, so it's not over yet. But today was pretty, I don't know, the only word I can think of to describe it is hellish.
Yeah.
Hellish, savage, gnarly, idiotic. But hey, we got to where the bears are, so epic country. We got country for days. We can go bump some ridges and keep going over and over, so we're in it to win it.
Well, woke up this morning, it's like 24 degrees out. Socks are drying, so I throw these little guys on. Took about 30 minutes, but finally got it super hot in here. Feels like sauna. We got coffee going, a little breakfast action, and then gonna get ready and go explore.
I don't think I recorded last night, but we saw a bear literally below where we camped the other night before we moved all the way over here in Lowe's River crossing. So a little discouraging seeing a bear that far away that we could have saw from our previous camp, but we have amazing drainage right here, all these different finger ridges coming down. So we're just gonna go up and look into all these little basins, start crossing areas off, and then probably just keep moving down, jumping ridges. We got a wolf track right there. Wolf track. Another wolf track.
So we just hiked up right now. We're sitting down here about 200 yards, decided to come peek up over this, and I mean, just a bear mecca. Like, we just passed this tree right here. It looks like a little spot where a bear dug himself out, made a little bed, and then Brady just peeked over and looked back and smiled, and I knew it was good. So it looks money right here. So we're gonna kind of go back and forth, I think, throughout the evening, but we got all day. We got food with us, a little bit of water, so it'll be golden. Just stay up here until dark, see what happens.
Well, we literally just got up on top here, and it's one of those things where it's literally 5 seconds I spotted a bear. Problem is he's a good ways away up in some rock cliffs, so I'm just getting some digiscope of him, trying to figure out, do we go over there or do we wait? Because we have a lot of awesome looking country. This is the spot we wanted to get to, and that bear, we can kill him, but we'll be passing up a lot of stuff and blowing all this country up, so not quite sure what to do yet. It looks like a good bear, but it is a ways away. Just gonna keep glassing maybe for a little bit and make a plan. Pretty awesome though. Well, bears do what bears do. For whatever reason, that bear got out of its bed, climbed up the rock cliffs, and went up and over the ridge. For whatever reason, bears are random. So I made our decision not to go over there today, so maybe tomorrow we'll figure out an easier way to get over there without having to climb on top of the mountain and try to find them again. But we have 6 hours of glassing left, so back at you in a bit.
Just spotted a bear right now. We're gonna go make a play down and then see if he hopefully stays in that area, and then try to take him. If not, we'll kind of scout out a new area and then make it back to camp. So we're just glassing up the bear that we saw about 1,000 yards away from the original bear when we were up top. And when looking at it more now,
kind of convinced that it could be him because when we're up there, he started kind of working his way up, feeding up. But what we think happened is that he kind of just started shooting up and was like, hey, I'm going to go to that one spot right there. And then because he's just been in that spot the whole time, just chilling. So we think that might be the same bear. I think we're going to come here tomorrow and just park here for a little bit in the morning, see if he comes down lower, see if he's at shootable range. If not, we got some other good ideas. We saw another bear back there that Brady spotted about like 3 hours ago now, 4 hours ago. So we're gonna go shoot over there, stop here first. The good thing about the bear that Brady saw over there is that there's no river crossing that we gotta do. That's one thing about this bear that we didn't mention. If he gets shot, we have a gnarly pack out. And I'm kind of craving it, so I'm kind of hoping it happens one of these days. We'll see how it goes. Came all the way down here from where we were glassing. Took us about 45 minutes. Couldn't relocate the bear that we saw feeding in this area here. It would have been like 360-yard shot. Said there's another bear now about 1,000 yards away. But obviously can't shoot that one, so we don't think that's the same bear. So we're trying to find this other bear that was feeding here earlier, see if he pops out before the day ends. If not, it is what it is. But still cool to see those bears. Kind of flew down here, so it's a bummer that he's not here right now, but whatever.
The snowstorm finally broke. This morning was a complete wash. Woke up, couldn't see anything, everything was socked in, it was snowing, so finally, I don't know what it is, 11:30 in the morning. Broke enough where we're gonna start zipping all the way down the mountain and then hightail it up where we saw those two bears. So hopefully we'll find a bear on the opposite hillside. If not, we're gonna keep going down, check out some new country where that other bear was that we glassed from up top. That was like a mile away, so it's a good day. Hopefully it won't snow again. But we're in bear country, so I'm really excited about today because we found bears, we found the elevation they're at, and we found multiple bears, so it should be a good one.
Well, we relocated the bear from last night. We hiked over from camp, about an hour 45 hike, and stopped here in Glass and relocated the bear. The only problem is that right now where he's like 900 yards away, and there's a river below us, which we kind of would gamble 50-50 getting wet and not relocating the bear, or, you know, the other gamble would be that we get there and find the bear. But we're gonna see if he works his way down a little bit. If not, we know he lives here and can maybe make a play later. Maybe we find him a little closer. So found the bears, inching closer to getting the bear by the day. So we'll see what happens.
Try to just get comfortable even behind the trees, just near that snow patch. Huh?
Not zero.
Zero wind, zero elevation?
Yep.
Give me 8 1/4. 8 1/4 MOA. Did you already zero that? Check it. Just quick. 3/4. 3/4, yeah. Alright, we just had spotted bear. Omar's just getting comfortable. Just waiting the bear out. You're gonna want him more broadside. Bubbles level?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you can go mid body. Feel comfortable?
Yep.
You were pulling the trigger right there too. Squeeze it. Got him. Hit him high.
Got a shot at a bear. The one I think Brady updated that we were hiking on this side hill in right here, and we saw a bear. I was able to spot one out just side hill in these mountains, and got set up, took a shot, 462. I felt really good about the shot, but looking at the digiscope, looks like I shot high. We saw him roll down into this timber, and we haven't been able to glass him up ever since. What we're thinking happened is that he's in this timber. We're gonna try to get a different glassing knob over here and get a different angle. But the best situation might be just to glass this area here all day, and then come back here in the morning, since we don't want to spook the bear if he is still alive. So
that's a wrap to this day. So, you said earlier, Omar sat here all afternoon and watched that little draw where that bear fell down into to see if it was still alive and came out. Never did, so hopefully that means the bear's dead over there. I went up canyon about a mile and saw a sow and 2 cubs. Awesome looking country though, didn't want to go too much further. So game plan for tomorrow, wake up super early. We're gonna get all the way over here. We have to try to find a safe spot to walk across the river and navigate some cliffs, drop down off said cliffs, and get in there and recover the bear. And unfortunately this area is infested with ticks, so we're gonna have 100 ticks on the way back, and we're gonna bring them all to camp. And it's gonna be a long hike back to camp. Well, today is bear recovery day, so got our gear all packed and about ready to bomb off the mountain and go recover Omar's bear. So last night we marked a waypoint on GOHUNT maps on a spot that looked like we possibly could drop down and cross the river right there. Hindsight's 2020. Maybe we should go below it like we're doing right now, or maybe we should go above it. I guess it's probably not a hindsight 2020 situation, but it's just like, don't know what to do. Like, we could cross multiple different ways, all look good from above, but once we get down there it could be deceiving. So that's the only scary part. And we got 2 big canyons we have to deal with, so we can't cross in a certain area. We have to cross below, and then we're gonna have to scale up quite a bit of mountain and then drop back down in the canyon where that bear's at, just for safety reasons. But it's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day to remember for sure.
It's been gnarly getting up here. That's why we do it. Why we love it. Get up fairly quickly if we can.
Huh? Walk up to it. If it moves, shoot it.
we did.
Shot a bear, man. Hit it, dude.
Last night was a hard night. Walking off the trail was like one of the hardest things I've ever done in hunting. Went through a whirlwind of emotions looking for this bear. Once we got down here, I don't know, I didn't feel too good, and then Brady calls me over and said, come here, get your rifle out, make sure the bear was dead. We got a dead bear, so man, I wouldn't want it to go any other way. I mean, it would have been awesome to know he was completely dead and we could see him die, but you know, we loaded up the bags, got up early, death hiked here, and now we got a whole lot of work to do. So I'm gonna get him skinned up and get him in, get the meat and game bags, and then we're gonna go searching for a bear for Brady. But man, that's crazy. That's awesome. That's my first big game animal down, and he's a pretty good bear too for bear number 1. I don't think I deserve it, but sometimes it happens that way, I guess. Sweet. Thanks, brother. Couldn't be more happy with this bear. I mean, it's got the character right here on the muzzle. Just looks like an old bear, and it's got the little gray hairs popping out. A nice cinnamon color with the black boots. I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to top a bear like this again. This is a sweet first bear. I couldn't be more excited. It's been awesome.
complaining about the terrain, but like in all honesty, it makes this bear even sweeter. Big bear, done some nasty stuff. I mean, this is a hunt that I'm gonna look back to and just remember, you know, to the end of my days. Just remember that one time that we're in that nasty country, got the sweet bear, so I'm excited. I mean, it's just amazing. Here we go. Now you pack out.
Omar, who's gonna carry the bears?
I'm gonna carry the bears.
Getting some H2O after all that. Brady's got the lightsaber out, purifying the water. That was gnarly. I mean, like, just came down like this stuff right here, side hilled this whole crap. That was intense. And we still gotta go up a little bit more. Willows everywhere. Probably slipped a million times. All volunteered for. We love it.
Home sweet home.
So, last night made our millionth hike up to camp, but now we have 2 days left. Actually, you know, 3, but one of those days we're gonna have to use for packing out. So we're gonna go steep and deep today. We're gonna go really far. Area I checked out the other night, saw a sow and 2 cubs. Get around that corner. I think there's gonna be a lot more bears in there. That country's looking amazing. So we're gonna bomb off here, drop all the way down, and work our way back. Yeah, he's a shooter bear, and it's really far away, but he's thick throughout the body. Looks like he kind of has short legs, which usually means a big bear. Good length. And he's got those black feet and chocolate body.
Yeah.
Alright, it's looped up here a little ways. Glassing for a while, looked down, there's a bear, so didn't really look at it too much. Came back, grabbed our stuff. We're gonna bomb up and see how good this bear looks. It's in close range for a shot if it's a good bear, so we're gonna get over there and get set up.
Yep.
Good shot.
Hit him?
Yep, you hit him.
So I'm going down the river. Shot looked perfect. Hit behind the shoulder, ran down the mountain, so all signs I got a big old black color faced black bear, so I'm just gonna do what I always do. Mark the spot, the exact spot we shot from, do the rangefinder tool, right where he was, even though we know the direction, we can see right where we have to go, but best just to be safe, so I'm just gonna mark it.
What do you see, Brady?
We just got so freaking lucky. So I shot him way up here. He rolled right down this cliff and he's literally pinned against a tree. Probably 15 yards above the river and everything else is straight down. He literally almost fell into the river and we lost him. It could have been a bad one. He looks big. I see his paws. He's a good bear. What an amazing time. We have one heck of a pack out back to camp. We got a lot of work ahead of us. And we got to find a way to cross the river. 4:45 right now. Whew. So glad he did not roll in the river. Okay?
Yep.
Literally 15 feet above the river, right in that crotch of the tree with that dead one. Got so lucky that that bear didn't fall into the river. And now we got to try to somehow pick that bear up and get him up on this. We can process him, get the hide off, get the meat off. Ain't gonna be easy. None of this is easy. That's why I love it. So unfortunately, I mean, I guess it's fortunate too, we got all the way down the river and you can see the bear laying there dead, just like we saw when we were up a little bit higher, but there's absolutely no safe place to cross right here. There is one log, which the bear is dead against, that goes from our side to his side, but it's at a pretty steep uphill angle, and it's maybe 20 inches crossed. But the problem is that angle's so steep up that I just don't know if it's gonna be safe enough. And then it ends up putting you like 10 feet above the river, which let's say you've slipped, fell, go down the river, you're going down the river in a nasty section you don't want to go through. You go through a bunch of rapids. We just can't find a safe place. We tried going up like 100 yards, down 100 yards. Just looked at GOHUNT maps. Everything is just a giant canyon in here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're just gonna hike all the way back up this hill, which is gonna suck. It's a giant hill. Go all the way back to camp. We have one more hill to climb back at camp. We're gonna come back in here really light tomorrow and try to go upriver quite a ways, and then we're gonna have to side hill again like 700-800 yards. Kind of like what we did with Omar's bear, but literally the bear is 20 yards across the river from us, but we can't get there. Nothing like a little river crossing fun.
How far is that bear?
863 straight line. Basically just getting off this. Maybe we can go down through here.
Yeah.
Loop around it, be safe. Alright, I want to talk to you about a little GOHUNT map tip. So right now we've been hiking on this big cliff section, getting all the way over here to recover my black bear I shot yesterday. We could not find a safe place to get over here, and it was going to get too dark yesterday, so decided to come in today. So the important tip is dropping a track throughout the entire time. So we're going through all these cliff bands, and if it gets really late while I'm skinning this bear out, hauling the meat out, we get tired, we take a bunch of breaks and it's dark, I want to be able to navigate all the way back through those cliffs safely. And so that's why right now you can see I have, right down here is a bear, we're almost there, and I have all these tracks marked to get back to the area that we first started so we can navigate through the cliff. So whenever you get into a scary situation, it's always best just to turn on your tracks. You never know when you're going to need it. This came in use plenty of times in this hunt. Omar shot a bear earlier, a couple days ago. Did the same thing. Marked the track throughout all the cliff bands to get over the bear. Now whenever we're going back, we had a safe route to get through. So that's a little GOHUNT map tip. How's that?
I got a wedgie.
How's that going down?
Just slow and steady.
Some claws. Well, got the bear all cut up, all the meat, hide, skull taken care of. Tossed in both of our backpacks, and right now we're gonna go a new route back, which I'm still very hesitant about, but there's a log down below that I guess we're gonna shimmy / walk / not die and go across it. So we'll see if we make it. Because if we do, it'll save us a metric ton of time, effort, and we can still die on this other path over here. So either way we could die, but this one seems probably easiest right now. So we might shimmy across.
So Brady couldn't cross with all that weight he's got on his back. I got a little less weight, I was able to cross. I think this is the one time being short kind of helps. All right, so I'm gonna go meet Brady down there, pack the camera up, and then side hill over there. I was going up this hill, and then I hear my name being called, and I see Brady coming up the hill, so he was able to get across. Told you he'd use those long, lengthy legs to his benefit.